What is going on, everybody, and welcome back. Today is Tuesday, August 7th. We are a little just before an hour into the market open. We are not really seeing anything today. Nothing was really up pre-market at all. Nothing. And nothing's really been going up. What I was looking at up pre-market was TIS. With a little bit of news, but nothing exciting. And CHEK, if I can find it, CHKE gapped up to a high of $1.30, but that was really early at 7 o'clock, and then it just slowly faded off as people are just taking profits from just this big explosion here from 70 cents. It ran all the way up over $1 to $1.13 before the market closed, where it closed at 95 cents, but it just exploded right here with buying. So the early bird got the worm on this one, and it would have been nice to, get up and scale out right here. And now it's just profit taken. Nothing's really going on today. The most exciting thing I had my eyes on today was EKSO. They just had a deal. They released they released one at 8:40. They with news about Ford is rolling out company's EcoVest wearable technology globally to aid worker fatigue and injury. So this popped this up from $1.80 up to $2.30 and then just fell down. And going off of previous chart history, it did hold $2. And I was looking for it to hold $2, as you can see right here. All these previous months, here, 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 and here, and here, it couldn't really get over $2. So I knew $2 was going to be support for this. Actually, that can be moved up a little bit. So I knew $2. I was going to see if $2 was going to hold as support on this because it was resistance here for a while. And you can see it got to a high right here of 221. And after that, we really ain't seeing no resistance until 270. But this is a higher float stock. And as you can see, when it market opened, it came down, bounced right off of $2. So now that confirms that old resistance is now support, and it just started grinding up slowly and slowly all the way up to 225. This would have been a great bounce play right here to get in and buy, and now it's just consolidating and waiting for its next move. It's slowly making higher lows here, coming up to the resistance around 270, 230, or 225, 230, and then, just consolidating, waiting for its next move. And like I said, the next resistance is 270. The float on this is a little too high for me, though. I just I don't have patience for stocks with higher floats. The float on this is 40 million. So I tried to be patient and just wait and wait and wait and wait for something to pop up. I love playing low float plays. I gotta start trying to expand my strategy and start to try to get into these higher float stocks like this one. This would have been a great bounce play, like I said, but 25 cents from 9:30 up to 9.52. So it took 22 minutes. So a penny a minute I would have had to hold on to this to make. I mean, that's just it's hard for me to hold on to something for that long. So I need to try to uh, be more patient and try to expand my strategy and learn these bigger float stocks, because I've mainly focused on low float stocks. That's what I love to play. So I'm gonna try to expand and learn more about a little higher float stocks like this to try to take advantage, just to make me a better day trader. I did take a trade today. Um, let's go over it right now. I got in on IFMK, and even though I was profitable on this, I'm disappointed in myself on this. So I'll pull it up for you guys. It's nothing big. It's just a little $111 winner. I just did not feel comfortable in this one. This is a super low float stock at 2 million. It popped up out of nowhere. It has no news. So every day, usually around 10 o'clock, 10:30, if there's nothing really going on in the market, you'll start to see all these low floats just start to get pumped and take off. This was one of them. I had my eye on this one, and I had my eye on NETS. And NETS was slowly coming up to $3. And it was just inching its way up to $3. And I was just keeping an eye on this one, and IFMK just popped up out of nowhere, and it just started running, and it hit a high of 236. And I want to show you guys, I'm not the best. I'm still learning. I've only been doing this for a year. And this is a very good example on why you do not want to market order in. And this is exactly what I did. This popped up to a high of 236, and then it dropped right back down to $3 and just below $3. This would have been a good pullback buy-in right here. And this is what I was trying to do. I was waiting though to see what it would do. Would it hold this $3 level here, or will it just continue to drop back down to 250 and die off? And as soon as it came down and it bounced here at 285 and started moving back up to $3, I said, all right, I'm going to get in on this. So what I did was I market ordered in 800 shares, and it filled me all the way up here at 378. And then it quickly dropped right back down. So immediately I was down over $300 right off the bat. And that's why it's very dangerous to market order in on these plays. So this is why I'm saying I'm upset about myself on this. So as soon as I was down 300, I'm like, great, I got 800 shares of this. It's already down half what I bought in at almost. And then it pops up to where I bought in. I immediately scaled out 200. I said, I'm in too much on this low flow. I got to scale out a little bit. So as soon as I took 200 off, that's when a little bit of buying came in, and it popped it up to 350. So then I said, all right, take it. I scaled out another 200, and then it popped up again to 385. I think that's where I filled up here. Let me see. I can't see with this. Okay, so here we go. So it popped up a little more up to 361. I scaled out another 200. And then I waited with my final 200 to finally see if buying would come into this. And buying just never came in. And it just hung around this 385, 360 level. And then as soon as I seen the bids starting to get pulled away, I just sold my last 200 at 365 for just a little profit of $111. But this could have been way worse if I would have this could have been way worse. I'll just say that. That's why it's never really a good idea to market order in on these low float stocks. But then in a way, it's kind of like you have to if you want to get in on this, because with these low float stocks, they move so fast. You can't really put a limit order and expect to get your whole order filled. So it's like you kind of have to act on the move. And I've had my trial and error with low floats, and it really is the art that you have to master with these low floats. When they're spiking up big, you don't buy in. But when they pull back, that's when you want to buy in, is when they pull back. I've learned that from Ross Cameron from Warrior Trading. He says the same thing. When these things pop up, when they do a micro pullback, that's when you want to put an order in on these. But I'm not sure if he is market ordering in or if he's limit ordering in. But this is a good learning thing right here, and I thought I'd share this with you guys. Even though I did win on this, I can't take advantage and just overlook this. I have to look at this and say, hey, there's a lot of red flags on this. I got in way too much in my opinion. I bought in a little way too much to start with, and market it ordering in, that's a good wake up call for something down the road that could really, really hurt me. But there's nothing really going on today, guys. There's nothing much going on at all. You got IMMY just slowly grinding up with um, with a earnings winner, and EKSO is grinding up. It's trying to get up to its pre-market high. IFMK was just a quick pump and dump. It's still holding its gains at the VWAP, and it's consolidating right now. If this continues to consolidate and hold this $3 area, this might do something the last hour of the day. I don't know. It's dangerous to play these low float stocks, but I love playing these low floats. And we got TIS here. TIS is another earnings winner, I believe. No. What happened on this one? Announces amendment of its credit agreement on its Q2 earnings. But I know this had a big drop, and it's just having a good rebound right now. You can see here it was at 382. It drops down all the way to 211, 213, and then after hours it shoots all the way back up. So this is just a good bounce right here, and people are just looking at this at a discounted price, and that's why they're buying it. But like I said, we're not really still seeing buying in the market yet. So that was a big wake up call for me. I'm going to take it easy this week. And until I see something run absolutely huge, EKSO would probably be my only one I would keep a close eye on, because this does have a history of running in the past. And even on these big days here, you can see down here, this is the volume. This big one was 16 million in volume, 10 million in volume, 9 million in volume. So the only thing with EKSO is it needs a lot of buying volume, to move. Even right here, 8 million in volume. And so far, just into the market, it's approaching 5 million in volume. So this is a play you would have to be patient on. You would have to buy when it gets at support and, do your own strategy on this, just like what I did. I went back and I looked at previous chart history. I seen that $2 was a resistance level multiple times, and then it broke that, and then it comes back down to $2. Resistance should hold as support now, and it confirmed it right there. Resistance is now support. That would have been a good buy right here, and it grinded its way up. Maybe sell half your position right here and see what your other half does as it consolidates and starts to form a pattern and scale out as as you may see it. But I have a feeling EKSO, it'll probably just consolidate for a moment. Or it could break out right here. Let's see. I mean, it's an hour into the market. It still could make a move up to, I would say, to 250, or a mental resistance area. You want to see, you got an 18,000 share seller here at 230. $24,000. So it went from 18 to 24,000. But I'm seeing a lot of red on the times and sales here. So this is probably going to consolidate for a while. Or people are just going to take their profits because there's currently no buying in the market. The big money is not in the market yet. But it just goes to show, guys, I try to share everything I can with you guys. I've been doing this for just over a year, and I'm still not perfect. I'm not. And that's why you got to strive to grow, and you want to have to grow. And I want to try to share with you guys as much as I know, so you guys, don't have to make the same mistakes that I do, and you guys learn from my mistakes. Try to learn from as many traders as you can. Every trader has their weaknesses and their strengths. Learn all their weaknesses and learn all of their strengths to help form you better as a trader. Yep, I'm just over one year and 2 months doing this. And I know a lot. I know I do, but I still have a lot of room to grow. I know I do. There's no way I could do this full time at this moment. But that's where a lot of discipline, and I would say a lot of discipline, comes in. Not compulsively buying stocks like this, and having patience and actually waiting for a true setup. A true setup like EKSO. This would be, in my eyes, a true professional setup right here. It has great catalyst, great news. It's got volume. You can go and look at the chart history. It has history of spiking. You do technical analysis on it. Okay, now it's proven that $2 is now support. Great pattern up right here. This is an A plus move right here. EKSO is an A plus move today. And this is the kind of stuff you would want to keep an eye out. The only thing that's hard about it is having the patience and the discipline, like I said. It's very, very hard having patience and discipline. If you can and keeping your emotions in check. If you can keep your emotions in check and have patience and discipline, you'll be great. Always take pictures of these charts, guys. That's a good strategy to have as well. Every day, when you just take a screenshot of these top stocks that are spiking, and then over the weekend, just go through all the pictures that you've taken and see if there's a consistent pattern that keeps happening and happening. And then a couple weeks into the month, you see that there's the same pattern that happens over and over again. What I've been noticing a lot of stocks been doing so far this past week and last week is a lot of stocks been playing off the VWAP. A lot of stocks been coming up and the VWAP's been acting as a resistance wall, or stocks been coming down and it's been acting as a support. I've seen it on a few stocks. Today EKSO, yesterday was BLNK. Right here, as you can see, it kept bouncing off of it, comes up, bounces off of it, bounces off it more, comes up, comes down, bounces off of it. The market, and then today, look at it, now it's acting as a resistance wall. The market likes to move in these trends. And it's all about, can you spot these trends? Even this one, even though it has no volume, it's grinding up slowly and it's coming down and bouncing right off this VWAP. Even here, when it pulled back, bounced right off of it. This sold off, came up, came down, act as a wall right there. Now it's going to probably come up, and this is where you're going to see it'll probably act as a wall. But this is grinding up nicely. This was a beautiful play yesterday. PTGX going from 760 all the way up to a high of 1155. Just grinded all day. And this VWAP here is just holding as a trend pretty much. Even today. $10 to $11, almost $12. But that's it for this one, guys. Not really too much going on. Not seeing any really big buying. I would be watching EKSO. And IFM. I have a good feeling about IFMK. I think IFMK, if it can hold $3, like I said, it might want to try to do something the last half of the day. I've seen it over and over and over again with these low floats. Traders, if there's nothing going on in the market, they always go to these low float stocks and pump them up because they can be easily manipulated. you got these chat rooms that love to pump them up, and then they start pumping it up and it hits everybody's scanners and it just starts going off and going crazy. But you gotta be careful with them. You gotta be very careful with them. Alright guys, today is Tuesday, only one trade today, my first trade of the week, up 100, but I'm disappointed in that trade. Because you know what they say, you're only as good as your last trade, and I'm not. That was just a horrible trade for me. Even though it was a winner, I'm very disappointed in how I acted on that play and how I executed on that play. I'm not happy at all, and that's something I gotta work on. I would, like I said, consider that a warning call to me. You know, there should be no exception that I should have, when I got in, when it was breaking through $3, getting filled up 40 cents, and then having it getting filled at 40 cents, and then having it drop back down to 3.15 on me and being down. But that's what happens when you market order in on these low flow plays. You know, it can be hard. You know, and I gotta work on having more patience. I really do. I'm a type of person, I don't have no patience. So when I put in a limit order, it's hard for me to have patience and sit there and wait for it to get filled. But alright guys, stay safe out there. Do what you do, study up, study every day, grind, and you will get there, guys. You will get there. Alright guys, later.